Once upon a time, there lived a handsome, kind gentleman called Jide. He is a very hardworking and successful businessman who is living his best life. Growing up, life was not rosy for him as he lost his parents in a car accident when he was 15 years old. He has been fending for himself ever since then. He took up menial and dirty jobs to send himself through school. He was lucky enough to get a decent job after he graduated from the university, and he has been doing well for himself since then. Despite having a now seemingly near perfect life, Jide is single and looking up to God to bless him with a woman of his own, a woman who will complete him as a man and bear his unborn children. One day, Jide attended a wedding party. He was invited by one of his business partners. Jide dressed elegantly and he stood out amongst all the men at the wedding ceremony. He caught the attention of the most beautiful ladies at the occasion. Despite being the center of the attraction for the ladies, Jide does not seem impressed as he is yet to see the woman he likes. As the night unfolded, amidst the glittering lights and joyful atmosphere, Jide's eyes were drawn to a young beautiful woman moving gracefully through the crowd named Blessing. She is a 22-year-old lady working as an usher at the wedding. Her poise and warm smile caught Jide's attention, and he found himself drawn to her like ants to sugar. Jide, who is not one to shy away from his desires, approached Blessing with a confident smile. They exchanged pleasantries and soon found themselves engrossed in a conversation. Jide's interest in Blessing grew stronger with each day passing by. He began to visit her regularly, finding any excuse to see her. His gestures were kind and thoughtful, bringing small gifts and offering assistance whenever needed. Blessing, though initially hesitant, was gradually won over by Jide's sincerity and persistence. She saw in him a partner who genuinely cared about her dreams and aspirations. After a while, Jide and Blessing began to date. Their connection deepened as they talked, and the spark of the new beginning igniting between them. Their love grew every day, and they became so fond of each other. Blessing is also an orphan. She had been supporting herself and her younger sister after the passing of their parents. She shared dreams of becoming a banker with Jide and told him how she couldn't afford to send herself to school so she can achieve the dream. Jide was moved by her story and admired her resilience. Jide's love for Blessing inspired him to help her to achieve her dream of becoming a banker. He enrolled her in a prestigious private university to study banking and finance, covering all her expenses. Blessing, who is very happy at that time, was filled with overwhelming gratitude and love for Jide. As she began to study, she dedicated herself to her studies, determined to make the most out of the opportunity Jide had given her. For the next 4 years, Blessing has just two things to focus on. One is being a good woman for Jide, and two is to dedicate herself to her studies. After a while, her hard work and dedication paid off at the end as she graduated with flying colors. Jide, who is the happiest man on earth, stood by her side as she finally achieves her dream. His pride in her accomplishments is evident that he truly loves her and also wants her to be happy. Blessing, who couldn't hide her happiness, would not stop thanking Jide for being the helper she had always hoped and prayed for. Few months after Blessing's graduation, Jide knew it was time to take things to another level with Blessing. He quickly proposed in a heartfelt, romantic gesture, and Blessing accepted with joy. They did the necessary introduction, followed by a wedding. Their wedding was a grand affair, a celebration of love and commitment. Friends and family gathered to witness their union, showering them with blessings and well wishes. Jide and Blessing's happiness knew no bounds as they embarked on their journey as husband and wife. Blessing's joy was doubled as she secured a job at a prestigious bank within 10 months of their marriage. After 2 years, the beautiful couple welcomed their first child, a very handsome, bouncing baby boy who brought immense joy and happiness to their lives. One day, Jide got a call from one of his business partners, informing him about this massive deal. He encouraged Jide to invest in the deal as it is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of opportunity that will yield him a lot of profit. Jide, who already loved the idea of the deal, decides to speak to his wife, Blessing, about it as he would like to know what she thinks about the deal. He shared the idea with his wife saying, "Baby, Chinedu told me about this big contract that he wants us to invest in together. He said we are going to make a lot of money from it. What do you think, my love?" Blessing replied saying, "My husband, it sounds like a good deal already, but do you trust this your partner?" Jide then replied his wife, "I trust him. We've been doing business together over the years and he has never cheated or defaulted before. The only problem now is that I don't have all the funds for the business. I will have to use our house to take a loan from the bank and I will pay over time." Blessing, who is not really happy with what she heard, sighed, saying, "Don't you think you are overdoing this? I don't like the sound of this so." Jide reassured his wife that there won't be any problem at all and that all successful businessmen in the world had to borrow money from the bank to grow their businesses at one point or the other. Jide proceeded with his plan to borrow money from the bank and invested it in the deal with his business partner. After some time, Jide received news that the deal went wrong and all the money he had invested had gone. He was also informed that his business partner, Chinedu, had committed suicide because he couldn't bear the loss. Jide almost ran mad. All he worked for over the years had disappeared. His world crumbled and he found himself struggling to cope with the failure. Oh God, why me? How did you let this kind of thing happen to me? Where will I start from? How will I repay all the money I borrowed from the bank?" He says as tears streamed down his cheek. Jide, the once confident businessman, is now a shadow of himself. His sorrow deepened and he contemplated ending his life. The thought of how life can be unfair to him, despite how he suffered and worked hard to achieve the wealth he just lost. His wife, Blessing, made sure to always keep an eye on him so that she can stop him if he tries to take his own life. She will always assure him that everything will be fine over time. He just have to believe in himself. Blessing also advised him to start small by applying for jobs with low pay and work his way up as he did in the early days of his life. But Jide, who is consumed by pride and shame, refused to heed the advice of his wife. Instead, he sought for ways to make quick money by turning to gambling and fraudulent investment operations, hoping for a quick fix to his financial debts. Over time, Jide becomes more withdrawn and depressed. Days passed by and it is time for the bank Jide borrowed money from to take the house because he has failed to repay his debts. Jide and Blessing begged the bank to give them some time to get another place. After running around, they were able to rent a small apartment where they moved to with their child, and Jide handed the document of their house to the bank. Over the years, Jide continued with his reckless behavior, drinking, gambling, and refused to apply for jobs. With his unserious lifestyle, his wife, Blessing, became the sole breadwinner of the family, taking full responsibility of catering for the family. Blessing's career flourished as she worked diligently, earning promotions and accolades, but the worry of Jide's irresponsibility weighed heavily on her. Their once happy home became a battleground of arguments and accusations. Jide became jealous and envious of Blessing's growth. He will intentionally frustrate her and do things that will get on her nerves. Whenever Blessing complains about his unserious lifestyle, he will get angry. He will quickly remind her about all the things he had done for her in the past, how he made her who she is today. He will call her an ungrateful woman and other different bad names. Blessing's promotion at work required her to travel out of town, attend plenty meetings and spend more time at the office. She barely had time for herself, her husband and their child. Jide starts to complain about her job and how she had neglected the family because she now has money and pays the bills in the house. Whenever Blessing traveled out of town, Jide would neglect his child, bring a woman to the house, spend days and nights at the bar drinking, and also spending his wife's hard-earned money on gambling. To manage the growing chaos at home, Blessing hired a maid named Tochi to help take care of her home, husband, and her child. However, Tochi's presence brought new complications to their family. Few days after the maid was hired, Jide, seeking solace from his turmoil, began to have an affair with her. They will spend time together whenever Blessing is away at work. Days passed by and Jide starts to swindle his wife. He will always tell his wife lies about wanting to start a small business or invest in some fake tiny deals just to get money from his wife. If Blessing refused to give him the money, he will quickly remind her of how he was there for her at her lowest and how ungrateful she is. He will always blackmail her emotionally and make her feel bad. After he collects the money from his wife, he will then proceed to spend the money on their maid, Tochi, by buying her expensive clothes and other irrelevant expensive things. Over time, Blessing starts to suspect that her husband, Jide, is cheating on her with the maid, but she needs a proof to validate her thoughts. She decided to install a hidden camera in the house, hoping to uncover the truth. One day, while Blessing was away at work, Jide and the maid were having fun together as usual. Jide said to Tochi, "I am really getting fed up of my wife. She's getting on my nerve these days. She thinks because she's making more money than me now, she's the boss. She's acting like she's the head of the family." Tochi replies saying, "I see the way she walks around in the house, carrying herself like a big madam. Baby, you need to cut her wings, oh. Let her know that she now has a competitor." Jide continues to talk to Tochi saying, "I have a plan I would like to share with you. It is going to benefit both of us and I would be the happiest man on earth if you choose to do this with me." Jide explained the plan he had to Tochi and they both came to an agreement to execute it together as a team. Blessing's worst fears were confirmed when she reviewed the footage from the hidden cameras. Not only was Jide having an affair with Tochi, but they were also plotting to kill her, take her money and run to another town to start afresh. The betrayal cut deep, leaving Blessing devastated and scared for her life. She became confused and didn't know what to do. She has never felt this kind of pain before in her life. She didn't want to confront them alone because they might kill her immediately. Blessing confided in a trusted friend and together they came up with a plan to expose Jide and the maid Tochi and bring them to justice. Blessing pretended to go along with their plan, feigning ignorance. She informed Jide of an emergency meeting that required her to travel out of town, giving him the perfect opportunity to execute his plan. Jide was so happy about the development and he quickly told the maid, Tochi, to carry on with the plan and put poison in the food Blessing would take to work. Everything went as planned and Blessing left for work with the food Tochi had prepared. Jide and Tochi felt relieved that their plan has gone smoothly as they expected. With the help of her friend and family, Blessing faked her death. Later that day, Jide got a call from his wife's company that she had collapsed at work and was rushed to the hospital immediately. He acted shocked on the phone, but inside him, he is the happiest man alive. He quickly ran to the hospital to confirm that his wife, Blessing, is truly dead. He shed fake tears at the hospital, acted like he had just lost the most precious thing in his life, but he was only fooling those that sympathizes with him. The news of her death spread, leaving Jide and Tochi jubilant. They believed they had succeeded. They were ready to claim Blessing's money and start a new life together. After some time, Jide and Tochi planned to relocate to another town with Blessing's money to start a new life. But their dreams of being together was cut short. As they packed their bags and prepared for their journey, they heard a knock on the door. Who could that be? Jide asked Tochi as she walks towards the door. To their greatest surprise, a ghost was at the door. Jesus! This can't be real, Tochi shouted as she saw Blessing walk into the house with policemen. Jide, who is equally shocked and scared, said, "Blessing, is that you? Am I dreaming? I'm seeing a ghost now, right?" Blessing smiled, but remained quiet. "Mr. Jide Daniels and Miss Tochi, you are under arrest for an attempted murder on Mrs. Blessing Daniels' life. Please remain silent as anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law." The policemen went ahead to arrest both Jide and Tochi. Blessing didn't know when tears started rolling down her cheek. She said to Jide, "After everything I have done for you, I have always supported you even at your lowest. I have loved you with all my heart. How can you do this to me? How can you do this to your child?" Jide couldn't say a word. His face was filled with regret and disappointment. Tochi, on the other hand, was begging, saying, "Madam, please forgive me. It's the work of the devil. I didn't want to do it, oh. He forced me. Please, madam, please forgive me." They were arrested and their plot exposed for all to see. They were sentenced to 10 years in jail as justice was served for an attempted murder on Blessing's life. Blessing couldn't believe everything that happened to her in the past few days. That her loving and sweet husband Jide could do such thing to her. She would cry day and night. She will always look back at the days when their marriage was sweet and near perfect. Blessing's heart was broken, shattered. But by the day, she worked hard and emerged stronger. She focused on rebuilding her life, drawing strength from her son and her career. The support of her friends and family helped her heal, guiding her through the difficult times. She vowed to create a better future for herself and her child, embracing the lessons learned from her thunderous journey. Prison is the last place Jide pictured himself to be. He spent his life inside the prison with regrets and shame, as freedom is now a thing of the past for him. Despite the pain and betrayal, Blessing remained resilient. She continued to excel in her career, earning respect and admiration from her colleagues. Her son grew up in a loving environment, surrounded by warmth and the support of the family and friends. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and let us know what you think about this story in the comment section.